Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thanks so much for joining us for our webinar this evening to learn more about our Information and Library Science Master's Program in our school librarianship. My name is Renat Arif, and I work here in the Graduate School Admissions Office. And presenting our session, we have Dr. Wang, who's the Director of our Information and Library Science Program, and Mary Jo Zuccarello, who oversees our school librarianship. We will be sharing these slides after the webinar, so don't worry about jotting everything down. But if you do have any questions, you're welcome to type them in the chat along the way. We will have a dedicated Q&A at the end. We also will be sharing this recording, so you're welcome to recap after the session. I'll go ahead and pass it over to Dr. Wang.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session. My name is Jianqiang Wang, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Information Science. I'm also the program director of the MS in Information and Library Science. So as you can see on this slide, there are a few things that I would like to highlight about our program. So we are fully accredited by American Library Association, and we are also associate member of the Information School, iSchool. We are one of the 4 departments of the Graduate School of Education, which is part of the University of Buffalo, which again is one of the flag institutions of the State University of New York. Next, please. Okay, so this slide basically highlights a few important characteristics, or in my opinion, what really makes our program stands out, as compared to most other MS programs in the information science and the library science field. So our program, both the MS Information Library Science and MS School Librarianship programs, we provide a very highly interactive learning environment, and our courses are taught by faculty members that are nationally and internationally known in their specific areas of expertise. And the areas of expertise of our faculty cover a big variety of fields, subfields, topic areas in the information and the library science discipline. So all our courses are offered fully online in asynchronous mode, meaning that we don't have a set class time. But we do often move, progress week by week. So the benefit of this is great flexibility, so that, for any given week, you can pick the time and the day that are most convenient for you to study the course materials. Our curriculum for the MS program consists of 3 core courses and 9 electives, in total 36 credit hours. So by completing this 36 credit hours, you basically fulfill the degree requirements for you to graduate. We also provide departmental lectures and various events that use the latest technology, so that our online students can really take advantage of. Next, please. So as I already mentioned, the 36 credit hours of coursework, and here are the 3 core courses, all required course: information life cycle, information users and use and research methods. So our website provides a brief description of each course. Understand that in order to graduate, your cumulative GPA must be at least 3.0 or even better, right? And for the 3 core courses, you must earn a grade of B or better. And for all the electives, you must earn grades of C or better. Next, please. So the program does have a 5-year limit, means that from the time that you start your program to the time that you finish, it should not be longer than 5 years. Almost all our students can complete the program with less time than this. Although in some unusual difficult situations, students need to take a leave of absence, and in that cases, you may need to. I mean, if you go beyond the 5 years, you need to file petition for extension of the program. So if you have completed some previously some graduate level courses that are relevant to your program of study here, they can be considered for transfer, although we have 8 credit hours upper limit for courses to be transferred. So the important thing here are, they must be graduate level, and also they must be relevant to your program of study, which means that it's not that automatic transfer. You need to submit a petition to your faculty advisor for review and approval. In addition to the coursework, there's another requirement for your graduation, which is a portfolio. It is basically a aggregation of selected coursework that you have completed in our program to demonstrate your competency, to be ready for the profession. So there's also a reflection essay that is part of the portfolio, which basically gives you an opportunity to reflect, to think about how what you have learned can be useful and applicable for your current and future career in the allies field. There's also the practicum, which appears as a course under the course number LIS 526. It is different from lecture courses in that this is more like a field experience, hands-on experience kind of, it's called a course, but it's really not a course like the traditional lecture course. So basically you find a library or some other kind of information agencies where practicum opportunities are provided, and you will register a course, again, 526, and then you go to the field, on site to practice, various functions of the information and the libraries. So actually, not just the practicum. There's also the special project, which is under another course number LIS 527, but they serve the similar ideas. So we strongly recommend the students who do not have a prior relevant work experience to consider taking a practicum or a special project. Okay, but this will be something that you will have to explore. We do have a student listserv where we will share information of such opportunities to our student body. Next. So questions, if you have any questions about the MS Information Library Science program, we have a FAQ list on our website, and the URL is provided here. I think we try to update the FAQ list on an annual basis. It has pretty good coverage. Of course, there might be questions that are not covered there. So you are welcome to ask, very welcome to ask. If it's questions about applications and admissions, just email directly to the gse.info@buffalo.edu or call that number of the admissions office. If you have questions about the program requirements, courses, faculty, stuff like that, I'm here to help. My office phone number is listed here, but my email, is probably the best way. You can reach me almost anywhere, anytime. And certainly, after that, if you want to talk on the phone or meet, via Zoom, we can arrange that. Next. All right, I guess that's my part of the presentation. I will hand over to Mary Jo.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Jo Ciccarella. I am the Master's in School Librarianship Program Coordinator. I was a school librarian for 10 years, so I have a little bit of experience doing just what you're going to do. Our MS in School Librarianship program is also fully online, except there are some required field experiences that you will do in person, but they can be done in your area because it's an online program. You don't have to come to Buffalo, but we will need to set things up where you live. So we have department lectures, and we try to keep on the cutting edge of technology for you to go into the classroom and be prepared to teach students who are usually pretty tech savvy. So go ahead, next slide. So the classes are online. We do offer summer courses. A lot of those summer courses are related to school librarianship because a lot of my students are already teachers, are already working as teachers. So summers are a great time for them to try to get some coursework out of the way. So we do offer courses during the summer. The core courses are never offered in the summer, but many of the other required courses for the school librarianship program and others are offered then. So you can also apply as a non-degree student to get started in the program, to check it out, see if you like the courses, the content. So if you're interested in going that route, you can always talk to the friendly folks in the admission office as well. Next slide. So we do have application deadlines. They are usually rolling, but last couple of semesters, we were so inundated that we had to close the applications at the end of the application window. So we strongly encourage you to apply early if you haven't already applied to the program. Courses fill up fast. So for spring, November 1st is the soft deadline. I encourage you to try to get your application in right around then, because registration opens for current graduate students on October 31st. And as I said, courses fill up fast. So I would try to get your application in as soon as you can if you're planning to join us. Okay, next slide. So just like the MS in ILS, the school librarianship program contains the same 3 core courses: information life cycle, information users and uses, and research methods. You are required to get a B or better for your core courses and a C or better for the other required courses, although many of my students may be going through the state for certification, and we can talk more about that later. But the state does require a B- in graduate coursework. So if the state is going to be reviewing your coursework, you're going to want to make sure you get a B- or better, because that's what they require for graduate work. Next slide. So again, there is a 5-year limit, but we can petition for a longer time if you need it. Again, same transfer what's the word I'm looking for? Policy. Thank you. So same transfer policy. And we also have a portfolio. It includes a few other things that aren't part of the MS and ILS portfolio. Our portfolio requires some examples of lesson plans and teaching philosophy and some other things. So it is a professional portfolio that you can use on job interviews. So it is also, as you reflect on your coursework, but it also can be used to show your ability to teach. So our program, the MS in School Librarianship, is 39 credits, and that's because there is a required practicum. So our required practicum is LIS 525. And most students do the student teaching, which currently is 20 days elementary and 20 days secondary. But because of the shortage of school librarians, some of my students are hired before they finish the program under either an internship certificate or a supplementary certificate. The state will allow a year's paid experience in lieu of student teaching because of the shortage. So we can always discuss that if you're looking at possibly being offered a job. We are a registered teacher preparation program with the state. Our program leads to recommendation as initial certificate for school library media. It prepares you to teach in a 21st century school library, and as I said, we have a required practicum that is 3 credits, 1 elementary placement, 1 secondary placement, and your portfolio. So as I said before, the field experience and student teaching practicum can be done in your home area. So you will learn a variety of strategies and techniques for teaching and teaching information literacy. And you'll be participating in a collaborative culture where feedback is provided, including peer review. We have a lot of group projects, which some people love and some people hate, but it is a good way to get to know your fellow students and to get maybe some different perspectives on things that you may not have thought of before. So upon graduation, you'll have a digital portfolio and video recording providing evidence of your instructional experience that can be shared with potential employers. And so if you have questions about the MS and SL program, you're welcome to contact me. My email is on there and my phone is on there, so I'm happy to answer any questions anybody has. I know there's a lot of different ins and outs when it comes to teacher preparation and certification in New York State. So I get students who already have MLSs and want to get certified and need the pedagogical core. I have students who are teachers and need the librarianship courses, and everywhere in between. So I'm happy to help with whatever pathway you're looking at. Go ahead, Vinod.
All right, and this slide is about the tuition and scholarships. So if you are looking to pursue any scholarships in the fall, specifically, it's the main semester for scholarships. So there's a question that's going to ask if you're interested in any of the scholarships within the education school. You can mark this question as yes, and then your application will be reviewed for that while the committee is also reviewing you for the program. So you can indicate that in the application. There's also a lot of external scholarships and other affiliated scholarships with UB. So those are external ones that you would have to apply for separately, but the one within the education school would be within your application. We put up here just kind of a sampling of the tuition and fees, so you have an idea of what it costs for a resident that's enrolled online and a non-resident. So they're very comparable as if you're a resident on campus. Not a huge difference there. And then if you are enrolling full-time, anticipate around $6,000 for a resident. And then for non-resident around $7,000. So this will give you a ballpark for next year. And then if you go to this tuition website, it'll show a full breakdown of the 1 to 12 credits. You want to look further into the costs. Some resources for you. So once you are enrolled as a student, you can go to this link and it has some really helpful information about various resources across campus and within GSE, in addition to more information about the portfolio requirement and so on. If you want to connect with a current student or ambassador, we did launch our current student ambassador program and our alumni ambassador program. So you can talk with current students, in addition to alum that went through the program as well, to learn more about their experience and their careers. And then association, we highly recommend joining your department's graduate student association to get involved, especially since you're in a fully online program. It's a great way to stay connected to your department and also connect with your colleagues as well. And I think that concludes our slides for today. If you ever want to connect with us for advisement, or you just have more questions about admission or the application process, you're welcome to contact us or set up an advisement with our admission office. So I'll go ahead and start taking your questions, and I will stop sharing the screen.
See, the first